You could be your own twin due to a rare condition called Chimerism. In Greek mythology, chimera means a monster, part goat, part lion, part snake. But in biology, a chimera is an organism with at least two distinct types of cells. In other words, people meant to be a twin. In some animals, it is fairly common. In humans, it is difficult to detect. And although there are only 30 documented cases worldwide, it is now being discovered that it is much more common than previously thought. Chimerism is when a twin in the womb dies, and the cells become absorbed by the surviving twin. This will often go undetected as there will be no physical signs, but within a chimera's body are cells that are not their own. In very real terms, they are two people. In October of 2015, it was reported that a Washington man was not the father of his child. After both parents failed to be a blood match for their son, the father took a paternity test, which revealed he was not the father. At first, they feared the fertility clinic, who had helped them to conceive, had used the wrong sperm. The clinic was certain that they had not made a mistake and suggested an ancestry test. When the results came back, they found that the father was in fact the child's uncle. The genes in his sperm were those of his lost twin that he never knew he had. The genes were different from those in his cheek, where the paternity test was taken. Those genes were his own. The genes that fathered the child were not. Usually, people contain two sets of genes. A set from each parent that are a mix of the two sets that they have from their parents. Siblings each share about half of their genes with each other, as they both get a different mix from their parents. In the case of the Washington couple, their child only shared about a quarter of the living father's genes, the overlap of what they both shared with the true, invisible father, living in his brother. It is not the first time DNA testing has revealed such an occurrence. Karen Keegan was in need of a kidney transplant and had compatibility tests done on her two sons. She was shocked to discover that neither son were her children. Eventually, doctors discovered the genes of her children were present in her thyroid. Dr. Lynn Uhl, a pathologist and doctor of transfusion medicine at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston, said, "In her blood she was one person, but in other tissues she had evidence of being a fusion of two individuals." In 2002, Lydia Fairchild was expecting her third child when she and the father separated. She applied for child support. DNA evidence of parentage was a routine procedure as part of the application at the time. The results showed that Lydia was not the mother. She was accused of fraud for claiming benefits for other people's children, or taking part in a surrogacy scam. Prosecutors called for her two children to be taken away from her, and a witness to be present at the birth of her third child, to ensure blood samples were taken from both mother and child. When the results of that blood test came in, they revealed she couldn't be the mother. A lawyer on the prosecution was familiar with the case of Karen Keegan and suggested that Fairchild might be a chimera. Samples were taken from Fairchild's extended family, and her mother was shown to be the grandmother of the children, proving that Fairchild was in fact a chimera. The charges were subsequently dropped. Model and musician Taylor Muhl has two immune systems from her absorbed twin. Her natural immune system consistently tries to rid her body of the foreign one, which results in autoimmune issues and flare-ups. Her sister's presence in her body has given her a visual marking, two distinct skin tones. For years, Muhl believed it was only a birthmark, until her early teens when she would get sick a lot. After many tests, a doctor finally diagnosed her as a chimera. On a test of 150 allergies, Muhl is allergic to nearly all of them, and has to rotate her diet so as not to expose herself to too many allergic reactions. She says as a child, she was obsessed with being a twin. Perhaps on a subconscious level, some chimeras have an intuition that they have another person inside of them. It is not known what percentage of the population are chimeras or why it happens, but within some of us are our lost twins. And even though they never set foot on the earth or take a breath, it may be their genes that live on in future generations.
Still here. Go ahead and subscribe. There's plenty more chills and creepy stories that are going to waste without your eyes and ears. But don't just watch. If you have something to say, put it in the comments. There was something else I was going to say. Something about liking the video. Never mind. I'm Deadhead. Only I and nothing more.